Hello everybody, welcome home and welcome back to Super Hydlide. Okay, so I grounded a little bit after we finished last video, not much, just the rest of the day. We can see we're on day 8 here. We're gonna head over to Magic Man. We got quite a bit of experience. I don't think it'll be enough to get the last two, because I think this is 1200, wasn't it? Yeah. So we got Learn. That's mistitled. When I replayed this game and I didn't look up the spell descriptions, I got the Learn spell. I'm like, what the hell does a Learn spell do? Despite what it says, that actually is a spell that opens treasure chests magically to avoid traps. So yeah, but it's a bit odd. What do we need for the last spell? 1800. Okay. We need 1800 experience points to get the next spell, which is really important. So, but I wanted to be here to show you that we got the next spell. I'm going to pause it up real quick and then get the rest of that experience points, and I'll come right back. Probably another full day, give or take, because we're not doing that money in the pawn trick like I told you about. I gave consideration doing it off screen, but I'm not going to lie to you like that. I'm going to do it the real way. So I'm going to get some more experience points, up to 1800 experience, and I will be right back. Stick with me. Okay, we are back. All right, so did a day of grinding, went back out to the Tower of Habel, 4th floor, and check out how we did. Look at that, 3,400 experience. Now, 10 of that 25 grand did come from the floor of the western building. But yeah, we loaded. So it occurred to me when I saw my gold total that some of you may be thinking, oh, go get the Holy Sword from the Subterranean City weapon shop. Well, we can't yet because we can afford it, but we can't wield it. That sword, if my memory serves correctly, weighs 6,000 weight units. We can only handle anything that's 4,826 or lower. So we cannot wield the Holy Sword until we are strong enough, which is not yet. Okay, back to City of the Woods, just had a little rest. We head over here and get probably the most important spell in the game, the move spell. So this will teleport you to any city you've slept at the inn at. And for those of you that have watched my content, you know I have feelings on fast travel, and I don't want to say this isn't an exception, and I'm going to tell you why, because I was very explicit in that take of mine that Skyrim was my example. If you have explored every nook and cranny of Skyrim and you know the game through and through, there'll be nothing new to you, and you just want to get on with the quest you're on and get to the place where you want to go. Okay, fair. That I agree with that, and I would do that. That's precisely where this comes in. This, as I mentioned in the opening episode, the map of this world is not large. It is, I think I should have looked it up before I went on start this episode again. Sorry. It's not big. It's like a 9x9 or something like that. I think that's even way bigger than it actually is. It's small. There's not a lot to this world. There's nothing to uncover. There's nothing interesting to look for. There's no side quests. So, and there's a hunger issue. There's a sleeping issue. You can go travel through Skyrim, so you're blue in the face and not suffer any consequences. You sleep, you get bonuses and stuff, and you can eat for buffs. But in this game, if you don't eat or sleep, you die. So if you get stuck somewhere, i.e. the Tower of Habel, while you're grinding, lose track of time, run out of food, well, that's a death sentence unless you have the move spell. Okay, so there's that. So now we want to how much food do we have left? None. Okay. Oh, we want to sell a talisman too. It weighs 1,000 units, so we want to get that off of our back. And I don't know why I'm still on normal speed. We'll definitely do normal speed for any new cities and new places, but when it comes to stuff we've already explored, we'll just do fast speed. So we're going to sell a club. How many of those we get? Just one. We'll sell the talisman. 16 G's. Yeah. See ya. And that's it. So we'll buy some food. Not a lamp. We'll buy 3 of them this time, just because. So we got 42 grand now, but there's no point in carrying that around with us, because we're not going to spend it quite yet. What is our carrying capacity still? We might be able to go up another experience level, too. let's deposit this, start earning some interest on this stuff. Do I know what the interest rate is? No, I don't. All I know is, as in the real world, the more you put in, the more interest you make. Okay, so we want to fill out the destination list of the move spell. So we're going to head over to the subterranean city. And in case you're wondering, any money in any bank can be withdrawn from any bank. We don't just have money in the City of the Woods bank. No, we have money in all banks. I'm just wondering if there's some armor we should buy. I don't think I bought any in my last playthrough. I think yeah. I'm not gonna say you find most of your good items in this game. I said that for the Final Fantasy II playthrough, and I wound up buying a lot. Okay, let's keep the fast on. We want to go to the inn. No, let's quickly review what's in the weapons store. Oh, come on, dude. So we can carry almost another 5 grand, especially if we take off a ration of food. Bronze mail weighs 10. We're not wearing that. I think the chainmail from City of the Woods might weigh 5,000. You know what? We don't need it. We really don't. We don't need it. I'm just gonna quickly check my checklist here. Yeah. Take my word for it. We don't need any armor right now. We don't need to buy any armor right now. So we have enough money for the inn. Yep. So we're gonna head to the inn. Have a little snooze for about 19 hours. So for those that are wondering, that does also save your game. Okay, so I think it's time for a boss. I think it's time for our first boss fight. Boss fights in this game they're more interesting than regular combat, but it's hard to say they're thrilling. The final boss fight is intense, but boss fights I don't want to say they really add a lot of unique stuff to combat. I'll let you be the judge of that, but I look forward to fighting the bosses. But like I said in the very beginning, this game isn't great. It's fun. It's a fun little game. I grew up on it. I still like it. No, I wouldn't say I love it, but I like it. Compared to Hydlide 1, I frickin' adore it. Alright. So, those of the observant among you, which I'm sure is all of you, may have noticed that when you enter the elevator, there were more choices of floors than just 1, 2, 3, and 4. There happens to be, and you can't even choose in between 4th and 198th. But we'll go to 198th floor. And so you remember that a couple people in the City of the Woods at the Tower of Habel pierced the clouds? Well, they weren't kidding. So we're on the 199th floor now. And I don't need this. And now we're on the 200th floor. And oh my gosh, things have changed. So this is particularly where I think the broadsword comes in most handy, is your first boss fight. Because you don't want to touch him, and his whole shtick is he'll come at you, shoot something, and then turn 90 degrees and go in that direction off the screen. So you don't want to touch him, but you don't want to get... Sorry, you don't want to touch him, therefore you don't want to get too close to him. But I really firmly believe you don't need a ranged weapon to beat this guy and not even take damage. You may have to be patient a little bit, but this guy is not tough. So yeah, stand in the middle to give yourself the most time to evade, and kind of hope he just turns in your direction. And until he does, and when he does, he's yours. Turn this way. Come on. Someone's just not wanting to cooperate now, isn't he? Dude! Right. Sometimes he doesn't shoot fire at all. Got him. Yeah, fight's over. 950 gold, 1,000 experience points. This should be unbooby-trapped, correct? We have a cloud stone. Very important. It has uplifting powers by just merely holding it. So now you'll notice you hear the music. That's the town music. Which is unusual. There's no town up here. This is the labyrinth. So you may have noticed now when we're on the 198th floor earlier. This cloud wasn't extended down here. It is now, and with the cloud stone, now we can walk on it, and it's a town. Oh my gosh! You have come far, sir. Why, thank you. This is the Heavenly City. Yeah, I got that. So we're in the Heavenly City. Lots to do here. Huh? Talk to very surprised people. Wizards here only teaches magic to priests and monks. The wizard here. If you have the cloud stone, you will not die when you fall through the clouds. Very, very important information. You don't have to die when you fall through the clouds. That's what your drinking buddy here just told me, yeah. Okay, so up here we have the inn. Huh? And these people who say absolutely nothing. So not only can the Cloudstone allow you to be here, but the Cloudstone will save you when you fall through the clouds, as that guy said, which will become absolutely crucial in the not too distant future. This house here belongs to the wizard, who will teach people the advanced spells, which we cannot learn, so we will not go in there. Just giving you the lay of the land. Lots of people who just won't talk to you. Just lots of them. I've never actually even looked at this building before. I don't think it's anything. What's up, dude? Is there anything in here? It's a negative. We'll head over here. This is the general store, but also sells a little bit of everything. Does anyone here talk? They're all just amazed I'm here. Let's see what we got. Buy it. Okay. Leather mail we might invest in just for now. It's not expensive, so. Medicine, expensive medicine. Cross of God. It's a permanent item that you equip that increases your armor class. I never used it in my other playthrough. I think I might skip it again. There's the chainmail. It does weigh 5,000, but we just don't need it. Just don't need it. Life water, when you hold it and you lose your last hit point, you basically resurrects you and saves your life. Stone of Warrior, not unlike the Cross of God, when you carry with you and equip it, increases your attack power. And the Flask of Super Oil is something we will definitely need, actually, pretty soon. I might just go ahead and buy some right now. We're going to be able to increase our experience level at least once, therefore increasing our carrying capacity. We're going to want a couple of these. And probably another ration of food. And how much is Stone of Warrior? Oh, we can't even afford it right now. We need to go to the bank. Oh, that was dumb, because now I can't afford the inn. All right, back to the 4th floor, just for a couple of monsters. Yeah, the inn costs. So that is the next place we'll go to. No matter how many monsters are killed, more and more appear every day. That's true. How are you? I'm okay. Thanks for asking, man. Has something happened in Lower World? Yeah, there's monsters everywhere, m'lady. Yeah, the inn costs $1,000, and I spent too much, so I have to go back to the 4th floor and grind for just a couple of minutes. Not even, probably. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, as the monsters get harder and harder, the experience and gold drops get better and better, and you just don't need to grind as much. Now, granted, the experience requirements for going up levels obviously scales with it, but so if we get one thing I focus on as well when I'm heading to an inn is if you can get to an inn before 1900 hours, you can save yourself a ration, because the game will make you eat at 1900 hours no matter what. But if you sleep before then, you eat while you're there. All right. Am I holding anything that is useless? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's head over here then. So this is an important place. This is it's Cloud Castle. It's great here. This is the Heavenly Palace. Huh? I have nothing. I have nothing to do with it. That makes me believe that you do. Proclaiming your innocence when I have no idea what you're doing. Our king is far too generous. Interesting opinion. It's so peaceful here. Why don't you stay here with us and live in peace? Because peace or war is coming to you. Take it easy, guy. You too, bud. It's so boring here. You are in the Great Hall of the Heavenly Palace. I'm a floater. Take it easy, guy. So everyone seems to like it here mostly, except for that dude who's bored. I'm a floater. And people who have nothing to do with it, something's going on. My suspicions are high. The herbs are in the storehouse. You may take as much as you wish. Definitely worth noting. Definitely worth noting. So you wander over here, what she's talking about. Take it easy, guy. They're very friendly here, aren't they? And you speak to this dude. Want some herbs? Yes. And he gives you a bundle of herbs. And as I mentioned, I think in video 2, you take these and then it replenishes your magic points, which, considering as the warrior you have very few, that can be very, very useful. And you can come get as many as you want from that dude. As many as you can carry, anyway. It's great here. So many floaters and so many guys have nothing to do with it. What is it? There are many types of medicinal herbs grown in the compound. I wonder why I was chosen to be the king of this palace. So this guy is royalty and has no idea why. Did you know that the water palace is right below here? So this is the key dude here. He gives you the hint as to what you need to do next. And we're gonna go to, yeah, we'll go now. I think we'll go now. So what you need to do is scurry on out of here. And you may have noticed, I should have made point of it beforehand, but you may have noticed that, you know what, I'll just show you. To the left of that dude, I can't, sorry. To the left of that dude that told you about the water palace is that gigantic hole in the clouds. And coupled with the information that the cloud stone we have means we will not die if we fall from the clouds, well, in that case, let's just go take a walk on the clouds. Takes about an hour to get there in game time. And you just walk right off the clouds. And here's the water palace. And how about that? Boom, we're in. So now enter the water palace. All right, I guess it doesn't make much difference about how fast I go. Time passes relatively anyway. So over here is the king's treasure chamber, which we cannot enter, but we need to at some point. Do you have a tribute to offer to the king? No, I do not. I lost the scroll of Gene in the treasure chamber. Use it to reveal. Interesting. This dude says, this is the reception chamber. You may rest here if you wish. Is there something here? I don't actually remember now. I don't think that there is. No. Huh? I feel so grieved for those unfortunate people who live below the cemetery. So this is what I was referring to in episode 2, I believe. When we found the subterranean city, you actually are supposed to find the heavenly city before you find the subterranean city. Because you read those runes on the grave that leads to the stairwell into the city. But you, technically speaking, are supposed to just go to the Tower of Habel, beat it, and at that point you read this, and then you return to the graveyard, and you're probably of the experience level enough that your intelligence is high enough to actually interpret those runes and therefore then enter the city. So I did things a bit out of order, and I'm okay with that. I hope you are too. But so that's what this is getting at. Is you aren't supposed to know about the city beneath the graveyard until you come here. So here's the king. I love to collect eccentric things. Would you happen to have any? No. I'd sure like to get a hold of a dragon's fang. I've heard it is the most beautiful thing. Okay. This king's chamber. Discourtesy to not be tolerated. That seems very clear to me. So the one thing that so you need to figure that out, and now you talk to this lady. Oh no, I lost my identification card. I might have left it in the sleeping chamber. Okay, now you're just in my way. So we need to talk to the king to find out about the dragon's fang, which is actually going to be our next. Basically, we talked to the girl about the scroll of Jeem, which we're not supposed to know what it does exactly, but it's too specific to not pique our interest. And that is in the treasure chamber that is run by the king. And if the guard also said you have an offering for the king. So we kind of put 2 and 2 together, and if we can find ourselves a dragon's fang, maybe he'll let us into the treasury. We can get our hands on the scroll of Jeem. So we did that. We've attained that information, but there's one more thing that isn't really spelled out that we do need to get, though. The woman said she lost her identification card in the sleeping chamber. So slow it down real quick. What's kind of funny is I demand you to leave. So the people don't want you here for some reason, but behind the seal you will find a valuable statue. Also important information. Doesn't apply until much later, but is important. So the thing that this game does to let you know about key information is unique. As you walk over a spot, it gives you that little twinkle, that little chime. You then duck and check the floor, and you pick up whatever is found there. So we got an ID card, and I will show you what that does shortly. Let's go back to the lady and try and give it back to her and try and be a good Samaritan. I had a new ID card made for myself, so she doesn't need it, so we're going to keep it. Okay, that concludes everything we need to do here, and probably concludes this video too. I will show you what the ID card does first, and then we'll call it a video. So the ID card creates this bridge. So now we can access the Water Palace without having to go all the way through the Heavenly City. There's no place to rest there. It's not really a town. So therefore we can't cast the move spell to go there. But it's just east of the Tower of Habel / northeast of the City of the Woods. It's not hard to access. But, so yeah. So we beat Hellsmoke, we finished the Tower of Habel, we found the Heavenly City, found out the king up there is totally useless, but then we found the Water Palace, and now our next mission is to find a Dragon's Fang, and I just happen to know where to go. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoy playing, and I'm really enjoying kind of giving you my side of this thing, and also, a few tips here and there, maybe in case you play it yourself sometime. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you for episode 5. And as always, be kind, be strong, and be awesome. And take care of yourself out there.